FiberwerX TT spec right here, number 234, Jason McNeil.
This Baja 500 meant a lot to us. This is by far my favorite desert race in general. It's not a sprint, but it's not long and grueling like the Baja 1000. So just good overall. We got a good finish for the team, for the crew, for the sponsors, for the fans. This trophy truck spec class has really been growing the last couple of years. 2-3 years ago, you could only expect about 15 to 20. I think at the San Felipe there was over 25, close to 30, and same with this Baja 500. It was close to 25 to 30 inches. I think 29 to be exact. This test down in Placer City, getting ready for the Baja 500, went really well. Everything checked out well. The shocks were just rebuilt by SDG, and we really have it dialed in, ready for this Baja 500. So pre-run was a lot of fun. We were down there a full week before the race. We're able to go over basically the whole course one time and a second time in certain areas. It was a good time. Truggy performed well, and we got our own notes ready to go. This Baja 500, we started 5th in class. We had a really clean, really patient first part of the race, just to make sure we didn't have any mistakes. And right around mile 40 or so, the guy that took off in the class first, Jason Coleman, was stuck in the middle of the course, so we got by him. Right around mile 55, right before you hit the K77, there was a little bit of a bottleneck. We were able to go around 2 more people in the class, so we were at that point second on the road, crossing 77 down the goat trail where we got our first splash. Say 155 or so, we had an unfortunate where we clipped a rock in the front right. Had to get out, change that. Was fighting a little bit with the air jack because of the place we pulled over, but we're able to change it pretty quickly, get back on course. There is where the Herps got by us. We were third in class at that point. And then we came across him with a flat tire.
How much is there? Pump it up.
when we came into San Vicente, we got our last fuel stop, and that's where we find out at that point that we were about 9 minutes off of Alexander, and we had only about 120 miles to go in the race. At that point, we're the top 10. We had our lights put on the top. It wasn't quite dark yet, but we knew it was going to get dark pretty quick. That's when I was told that we had a trophy truck and Dickerson in front of us, and I knew that we had to get by him before dark if we had a shot to close the gap with the Alexander boys. So that's exactly what we did. We got our splash, and from Urapan to the finish, I don't know if I've ever pushed the car like I have this race, and we were able to make up the time. I knew that it was either we're going to push and go for the top spot, or we were going to just settle for second. And I knew there was going to be some risk involved. I don't know if I did that section over again 1, 2, 3 times, if we'd have the same outcome, because it was really, really difficult in the dust and the dark. And that section in general, with all the rolling hills and rocks and drop-offs, and with how hard we were pushing, we were really lucky to be able to get through there clean. Really stoked about this Baja 500 win, and really want to thank our sponsors, FiberwerX, Toyo Tires, Rapid Off-Road, Fox Shocks, SDG Tuning, Baja Designs, FK Rod-Ins, Wanco for all his hard work, Aeromotive for their fuel system. Well, that's it for the Baja 500. Stoked that we were able to pull it off. We'll see you at the Baja 400 September, where we go for a repeat.
Ah, always videotaping. Yeah.
Campeones.
Hey, hey.